In 2021, did I ever tell you about the Braden Holtby story, getting denied entry into the U.S.?
I'm familiar with it. Please recount my memory.
Oh, man. 2021, scamdemic. Braden Holtby, he's trying to go from Canada, where he's from Lloydminster. Is it Lloydminster?
Yeah, he's from Lloyd, yep.
From Alberta.
Yep.
Trying to get into Washington. And
Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
It's right in the border, right?
Yeah, border city.
He's trying to get into the U.S., and they denied him entry. He was trying to bring his tortoise. It's like, I want to bring my turtle. Well, you don't have the proper paperwork, so you got to go back and get the proper paperwork. And I just thought to myself, like, he's a little bit of a different guy. I remember when he came in.
He's a goalie, of course he is.
Well, when he broke, okay, well, that's different, though. Like, there's goalies, there's goalie weird, and then you have the Braden Holtbys of the world. And I love Holtby. He was one of my favorites. And I remember when he broke into the scene, 2012, again, like we talked about last week, opportunity meets preparation, James Reimer's career because of that. Braden Holtby, Thomas Vokoun, and Michael Neuwirth both got injured in like a 2-week period. Holtby's the starter for the playoffs. We don't know if we're talking about this same story in his tortoise if those two guys don't get injured. But he comes on the scene, he's doing the water bottle squirt, he's the idiosyncrasies and all the body language. It's such a fascinating guy, but...
You know the mentality or the strategy behind the water bottle squirt, right?
Yeah, you're following the water droplet. You squirt it up.
Yeah, you squirt it up and you find one droplet and you follow that all the way down amongst all the other things that are going on and all the other droplets. You pick one and you follow it all the way down. And he was taught that from his goalie coach back when he was in junior. And I think it's a great little, just wonderful. I love it.
That and a lot of his breathing exercises I put into my preparation. I love that. Stoppage of play, you make a save, whatever, about to reset for the face-off. You watch the water droplet come down, take a nice deep breath, make sure your body language is in line, nice and calm, cool, and collected, and let's go get those pucks. I love Braden Holtby. A little bit of a different Cheeto. I remember he was just kind of like Tim Thomas when they won the Cup in 2018. He didn't go to the White House, I think.
Yeah, good for him.
A bit of a different guy. He strikes me as a van life kind of guy. He's retired now. I bet he's in a van.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was just going to ask. I don't even know because keep in mind I worked in Lloydminster in radio for 2 years, and that's where I coached hockey in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. And Braden Holtby was just coming up. He was a little bit younger at that time, but everyone had their eye on him as far as being a really good goaltender. Yeah,
he's one of those guys, though. I think he retires from hockey, and you're not going to hear from him ever.
Yeah,
because Caps, Canucks for a year with Demko, and then Stars. Stars for one season. That was it. Him and Ottinger.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, when it comes to pro sports, we've seen a lot of horror stories about players that just couldn't figure out what to do if they didn't have the game, right? And it's a big... Some guys already know, like, hey, once I'm done, I'm going fishing, right?
Yep.
Like Dustin Byfuglien or Braden Holtby or...
Connor Hellebuck.
Or whoever. And they just like, I'm done with the game. I made my money. I'm out. Thank you very much. It was a great time. And then you see them 20 years later when their jersey goes up to the rafters or something. But there's other players that need to stay involved in the game. And there's just cut from two different cloths, I guess.
It reminds me of Motor City. Same situation. We had a guy coming in from Quebec, and we ended up hearing, Tommy got denied entry. He's not coming into the country for 2 weeks. Oh, what happened? He's trying to bring his hamster. He didn't have the proper paperwork.
Should have Richard geared that one.
What, shove it up his ass? Reminds me of, in Jackass when they take Bam and they shove the toy car up his ass and he goes to the doctor and the doctor's like,
hey, every Sunday a new podcast goes up, but if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, there's clips everywhere and just segmented stuff on your favorite players. Go subscribe to Slang in the Biscuit podcast and Slang in the Biscuit clips and Slang in the Biscuit shorts and Slang in the Biscuit pants and Slang in the Biscuit hats and Slang in the Biscuit shirts.